Hello, and welcome to day 3 of my little vlogmas where I am talking about some different crafty things in December to get my channel started. Uh, Today I'm going to talk all about some of the projects that I've knit and crochet using advent calendars. And today I'm sticking with shawls and sweaters. I'll do a different video with blankets and do a blanket whip parade in a couple days. It's kind of my plan. Tomorrow I want to do my spinning advent calendar kind of show and tell with some of my different skeins and a few projects from that. So I'll do that tomorrow, but lots of plans for the next couple days. So anyway, what I am wearing today, this is the Confetti by Vera Valimaki, and it's cropped, and I like it in overalls. I've always kind of struggled the last couple of years. Like I went through a phase and I made a couple of cropped short sleeve sweaters and then couldn't find a way to wear them. And now that I wear overalls around the house, because I like things that are 100% cotton and don't have any extra fibers in them. Granted, I'm sure sock yarn does, but like as far as like my jeans and stuff, I've been going all natural with that. I find that these kind of short sleeve cropped tops are really practical. It's not too warm, and the overalls kind of help protect them. So I think this spring I might actually make a couple more of these type garments from stash. So let's talk about the yarn. So the stripes are a homespun house from a couple years ago, one of our advent calendars, and I used this, which they're sadly no longer making this yarn. I looked this morning because I was going to buy some, and they did not have any, but it is Black Wolf Ranch. It is sport weight, which is a little thicker than the yarn, which is a fingering weight, and it's an alpaca yarn, and it's 77% alpaca, 23% cormo. And now that I'm a spinner, it kind of makes me wonder if I should try spinning some alpaca. My Melly, I think it's at Melly Knits, advent calendar from last year that it's the Guts Club that I'm currently processing now actually has some alpaca in it. So I'm curious to see how I do with spinning it, but I've been really drawn to this color lately. It's just like this super rich brown color. So anyway, I have some of this left, and so this will have to go into a project at some point, but that's the contrast yarn. So let's talk some projects. So my first one is the Jethro cardigan, which was all the rage 2 summers ago. I did this when I was pregnant. It was like just an impulse project. I was like, oh, I saw it and everyone was knitting it and crocheting it, and I was like, oh, I got the yarn for it. So here is my Jethro. It is made with Farmer's Daughter and some scraps because the advent calendar was a DK, I don't know which base, but it wasn't enough to do the entire cardigan. So I just kind of supplemented with some other worsted weight, a lot of Bare Wool Co. But you can kind of see, I love the colors on this. I tend to grab this. I don't know. I find that crochet can kind of be a little bit bulky, so I kind of want to try some other patterns as well. But I find that I grab this a lot. Where's the back? Just got all the fun, pretty squares. And I like that because it's from one dyer, for the most part, like it has kind of like a cohesive color palette. So I find that that's helpful. And the contrast is a Barrett Wool Co. in their woolen spun worsted, which is super nice. But anyway, I love this sweater. I love that it combines knitting and crochet, which I find that makes like the sleeves a little less bulky, and I like how the ribbing looks. I find that knit ribbing looks nice. I like it how it looks better. But again, I'd like to kind of experiment some more with some other crochet garments in the future. But that is one way to use an advent calendar, is just to go scrappy and make some garden skirts. My second project, and I've actually a lot of people seem to like this when I would wear it at work, and this is the Starfall by Jennifer Steingass, and the yarn is Dragon Horde yarn. She had a 12-day mini skein set, and this is fingering weight, but I held it double, and it was a singles yarn, but it's one of my favorite things that I've made actually, and I feel like it looks like a tapestry. That's what people say sometimes when I wear it, but definitely does not look like an advent calendar. And the contrast is Madeline Tosh DK. I want to say it's in the Wildflowers colorway, but when I looked it up, it didn't look anything like this speckled yarn. So I don't know if you can find this yarn. You might not be able to, but I just kind of like how it combined with a speckled yarn, and it's very oversized, and I love it. But a fun way to use an advent calendar. Now I will say in some parts it was a little tricky because it had like 3 colors in one row, which is not my favorite, but I feel like the result is always super nice when you do that. But anyway, that's project 2. And actually project 3. And then project 4, and this is the shawl. It's my son. And this is the True Colors by Melanie Berg. And the advent calendar was a dandelion and dogwood. I think that's still their name. I know she's changed her name a couple of times, but I think her yarn is still dandelion and dogwood. And this was her advent calendar from a couple years ago. And this is like a really great example of a nice gradient advent calendar where it looks super cohesive and beautiful. I really enjoyed it. The contrast was a one of a kind from Life in the Long Grass. I bought a grab bag, and I love this color though, like this pecan color. Like I don't know, one of my favorite shades of brown. I think this green though, I supplemented a couple colors in here. I think I needed a few more, or I wanted to just add in a couple other ones. I think one of them might be stress knits. Some might be some other random dyers from my mini skein stash, but I didn't have my microphone on. I'd put it on. But anyway, those are a couple of projects that use mini skeins and kind of some good examples of some different advent calendars and how to use them. So hope you enjoyed that little show and tell. Tomorrow will be a spinning show and tell to show some different yarns and how different dyers sometimes it looks more cohesive like these, or sometimes it's like crazy colors and kind of what to do with some of the crazy colors. And crochet blankets are a really good way to use it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow.